What's up, guys? Average Kiwi Guy here. How y'all doing? So we just got the new trailer for Pacific Rim Uprising, and I'm super excited for this film. I was a little disappointed, with the first sort of teaser thing. It was more promotional stuff, so I was like, okay, whatever. Show me something of actual substance, and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. But I'm super excited that Pacific Rim's getting a sequel, because I loved Pacific Rim. I really did. It was, for me, it's one of the best mech movies that I've ever seen. It really was. They took a concept, mechs, kaiju, just those awesome fights. They went balls to the walls with it, and, Guillermo del Toro just did an awesome job. But it's not directed by del Toro, which is a little bit of a shame, because that the first one was kind of like his passion project. It was something that he's really wanted to do. So it's a little bit of a shame that we're not getting him for the second one. I think we're getting the guy that directed Spartacus. I think I looked it up, and he was like, oh yeah, he's directed Spartacus. It's like, okay, that's cool, but okay, so the first real movie, alright. And yeah, so the main things I want to get out of this trailer is like, how do the mechs look? And where is this set? Is it a prequel, sequel? Let's see what they're doing. Let's see where they're going with this. And I'm eager to check this out. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Shadow Dome. Shadow Dome, Shadow Dome, Shadow Dome. Yes. Multiple Jaegers working. And big green eyes.
We were born into a world at war. Between the monsters that destroyed our cities and the monsters we created to stop them, we thought we had sacrificed enough.
Was that Marco?
But the war we thought we finished is just beginning. And the only thing standing in front of the apocalypse is us.
I think that's Marco there.
War ready. But it doesn't matter where you came from, who believed in you and who didn't. This is our time. This is our chance to make a difference.
Clint Eastwood's son sitting there.
Now let's get it done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't get out of here. Don't get out of here, Jaegers. Don't need that.
They've evolved.
And they could wipe out all life.
Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me? In my phone, 'cause I wanna get it on till I die. Get it on till I die.
I think I could get used to this.
In my phone, 'cause I wanna get it on till I die.
There's something you need to see.
I love that Newt and all that are back. Glad that Newt's back. Yeah. That looks cool. That looks real cool.
Well, he's pretty big.
Fire everything you've got! Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Legendary, live eternally.
I don't know. I mean, I love the fact that the Shadow Domes are full. There are lots of Jaegers and all that. I love that part. That's really, really cool. And this is definitely a sequel. I honestly thought we were gonna have a prequel. I really did. I thought, we're gonna go back to the initial, the first, when they first developed the Jaegers, and a young, Stacker Pentecost, and all that. Like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, and that's why they brought in John Boyega, and they were going to go that way. No, they're going with this new, this future one. And I guess the kaiju are back, and, they got, they're better, and, I guess they bring, and then they, the guys that have been there and done it, they're kind of like the rock stars, I guess, of all this, and, I'm glad that they're back. I'm glad that they have the original cast back, Newt and all them. Like, I'm glad. I'm pretty sure Mako was there as well. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna be in it. So that's awesome. That's really awesome. The issue I see here is I'm worried this is gonna go too transformery, like the CGI and all that. There was something about the first one, right? When you saw the first one, like the plates were moving and it had this really, really cool, kind of like heavy bulk to it. Like when you saw Gypsy running through those streets, you could tell it had that weight, and it had that, whenever it punched something, it took a while to get there, and it had all that stuff. It had all that, and I loved that about the Jaegers, because it wasn't, they weren't made to be all lightweight and just so they look cool. They were, they were big, heavy mechs. That's what they were built for. These, I don't know. Is it me or do they look cheap? I'm not sure. It's like, for me, like the first one, it had that sort of dark and gloomy sort of thing. It was raining quite a bit, and there was that sense of desperation as well, because these were the last Jaegers we had, and we were losing the war and all the rest of it. This kind of looks like, oh, we got the young guns in there now. We got all these Jaegers. We're just gonna throw them at these kaiju, and like even the kaiju had like all neon stuff over them. They didn't have that detail that the other ones had. I don't know. I think it might have to, see some more of this, and then kind of get where they're going with it. But I hope they're not gonna depend on, the CGI too much, which I think they will. And it depends on how they do the CGI as well. Like, don't make these things lightweight and fast and all the rest of it. Even Stryker had weight to it. Stryker, she wasn't moving a million miles an hour, but she was the fastest one there. But it all made sense. And, now they got these, electro whips, and, I mean, I like the swords and I like all that stuff and the giant, like, mace and all that. But again, I'm worried it's going more towards Transformers. That's the thing. Like, are you going to tune them into Transformers? They're not. They're big, heavy mechs. Don't mess with that. They're brawlers. They get in there and they go hand to hand with the kaiju. So don't mess with that too much. Don't mess with that. I mean, I understand that this is in the future. So technology's developed a little bit. I mean, I don't know how far in the future this is, but they would progress and they would get better at these Jaegers and stuff. And you're assuming, like, after the war was assumed won, like people will be like, damn, these Jaegers are really damn good. We might want to build some more. And seeing a few of those scenes, Jaegers fighting Jaegers is like, maybe countries are fighting countries now, or maybe the kaiju have like kind of like made their own Jaegers. I don't know. Or there could be a kaiju that can take over Jaegers. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. I'm not sure what they're doing there, because I mean, you got to understand, Gypsy went across to the other side where these aliens or these interdimensional guys are there, and if Gypsy, they could have, if they didn't all destroyed, then they could have taken parts from Gypsy and made their own sort of thing. So we don't know that. We don't know what they're doing there. I am glad to see, though, that it looks like they've, again, they've taken that concept and just gone balls to the wall and just going nuts with it. Just understand that you do have, there was a first Pacific Rim, and, don't try and mess with that formula too much because it worked well. Just work on what the weaknesses were, which is a bit of the writing. The writing was a little bit bad. Some of the acting wasn't the best, especially in the lead roles and all that. But what really worked for them was the fighting scene. The Jaeger scenes. The Jaeger scenes were what worked massively. Don't mess with that too much. Don't mess with it. So yeah, I'm not getting that same epic feeling that I got from Pacific Rim. I'm not. And I'm not excited about what the Jaegers look like. I really don't. I'm really not. To me, they look a little like toys. They look a little bit like toys. Like they're being designed and made to look, to sell toys. And I know that's what they're probably gonna do. And the first one did it as well. The first one, they made it for toys, but the first ones, at least, you could tell they were built to fight kaiju. They were built for that. And you could see that they were, battle tested and, all this. Like, there was, everything on it had a purpose. Everything on it had a purpose. These, they look a little, they look a little bit Transformer-like, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. So, we'll see. Actor-wise, John Boyega, I have no problems with him. I think he'll do a very good job. I think he's probably probably the best actor they got there, and they targeted him because he fits the son of Stacker Pentecost very well. He does. He suits that to a T. And it's funny how he never mentioned that he had a son. It's kind of retconning it in that he had a son. He just kept him safe and tucked away, and you don't know. So I'm happy with John. I think he'll do a good job. Then you got Clint Eastwood's son, Scott. I think, Scott Eastwood. He was in the last Fast and the Furious, and for me, he was like a poor man's replacement for Paul Walker. And in this one, I think he's gonna be a poor man's replacement for Charlie. Charlie Human, I think it is, who played Raleigh in the last one. So Charlie wasn't the greatest. He wasn't the greatest lead in that one. I don't think he was the greatest choice for that. But he did a decent job. He was not meant to be the star of that film. The Jaegers were meant to be the star. So here it's like you're kind of getting a replacement for him. So all right. But then again, I'm glad that some of the originals have returned. Especially the scientist bros. I love them. Newt and all that. Those two are really great together. So hopefully they have more banter between the two of them. That was a highlight of the last one. So keep that up. I hear that Mako's gonna be back, so that's good. I'm pretty sure I saw her in there. I think she was when the original crew all walked up off that jet. I'm pretty sure that was where Mako was. So I'm glad that she's back. I'm not familiar with the girl with the green eyes. I'm not. I haven't seen her before in any way. So I don't know. Probably the love interest in this one, maybe. I don't know. Or best friend. I don't know where this is gonna go. I just hope they honor the original one. Pacific Rim. Like, remember what you did well there, and do it in this one, and then try and build off the weaknesses of the other. But we'll see. I'm worried. I'm not overly confident on this one. I'm not. But yeah. Alright guys, that's it for us. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. Bye.